run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And his kick is no good. An inauspicious start here kicking-wise as this one stays a 6-0 game. 6-0 our score after one. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession as they've got it as we resume action. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. So good starting field position for him here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Throwing is Wilson. Screen play set up for Williams. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
They go play action now. Wilson. Man open. He's got it complete to Courtland Sutton. His first catch, good for 16 and a first.
A gain of 16 yards. First down, Broncos.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Here now, 2nd and 4. Here's Wilson to throw. He'll get this out to his running back, Pirine. So the completion good for just 3. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. The linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
They'll throw on first down with Wilson. And his throw here's incomplete.
Offense is moving a little bit, have them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Again, Wilson. They'll drop it off to Pirine, complete. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Wilson. Continue. Here's another one intercepted. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at the 10.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. Fields, and this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now Fields. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his his own 6-yard line. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Even keeping the back in for extra protection on 3rd down, they still couldn't prevent the sack. Now it's 4th and long thanks to a terrific individual effort on defense.
And taken right at the 35. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Broncos take over, 1st down and 10. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that colored jersey all week, not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
And he will find his man Sutton. That's complete. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 1st down now, but that clock rolling. A first carry for Samaje Perine. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And he will have a 1st down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. 12 seconds left.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
2nd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
Well, every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a
touchdown. Russ able to connect with Courtland Sutton there. And the Broncos have tied the ball game with a chance to take the lead into the locker room.
We've been together a few years, and you know that I really ride the wave of old momentum, don't I?
Yes, you do.
There is a heck of a difference between being down 6 and possibly being up 1. And right now, they've got that opportunity.
No doubt. That is a big-time score and a big-time swing in momentum. And this is going to be hauled in. So they get the 2-point conversion. And now they have an 8-6 lead. So time enough for a kickoff here. 5 seconds remaining in this first half. And a mistake, a surprising mistake there in the kicking game as he sends that one out of bounds.
Here we go. All right, now let's get in that end zone. Keep those sticks moving. Roll them down. The steamroller, baby. Get all the way.
A final shot before the break. Fields. He'll let this go deep for St. Brown. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Broncos with a lead, and they will be receiving this kickoff here as quarter 3 is underway. And he won't quite make the Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This offense set to begin the third quarter, and Charles, if they had a checklist of things they wanted to accomplish in the first half, certainly at the top of that list would be having the lead, and they've got that here.
That's always the most important box to check, isn't it? But also, they've had some success in their passing game, so probably an empty box establishing the run. They're on pace for fewer than 100 yards in this one, so now they want to make sure that they get that going so they truly have a control in this ball game, and down the stretch, being able to be balanced, either throw it or run it, and try and win this ball game.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. On first down, Wilson. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a third time. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. That is a tough way to start the third quarter. You get the football, hoping to drive it down, put it in the end zone, and take the lead. Instead, they give them the football.
And I think the key here is for them to not get discouraged. That is not how they drew it up, not how they saw it in their mind. But there's a long way to go.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
To throw is Fields. Toward the sideline, intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos will take over here at their own 14-yard line. And that could turn out to be a giant play, Charles. You've got an offense driving to take the lead, but they're turned away on the INT.
And I think that we might look back on this in the fourth quarter.
Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Sacked by Yannick Ngakoue, the former Maryland Terp.
Well, if an offense is going to throw the ball on this part of the field, any pass rusher will tell you that's his favorite part. Gets a chance to get after the quarterback. It's almost like a reverse red zone. They can create points using their defense, and this time they take their man down.
And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. Now Wilson on first down. And this one complete again to Mims. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he finds a man on the crossing route. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now. Hotly contested in the third quarter. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards. Wilson will throw again. He finds Perine out of the backfield. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. That'll give him 8 that time. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. Here's Wilson. That's complete to Williams out of the backfield. It'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And now third down and 6 to go.
That's a great job of tackling right there. If he could have made the first man miss, maybe he could have taken it into the end zone. Instead, they stopped him pretty well right in his tracks, and you often see that in the red zone. Offense has to be quick. In this case, the defense was quicker.
And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's going to bring up fourth down, only a gain of 2 there.
We can make this look pretty simple. Walk up all those progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
It would appear Sean Payton's made the decision here. They will go for it on fourth. They run. It's Williams. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. There wasn't even thought of a short field goal. There was no hesitation. They were going for it.
I think he was thinking ahead a couple plays ago. That if he got in this situation, they were definitely going for it. And you're right. It was a confident call and a decisive run to pick it up.
And he will maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. And that's also all for this third quarter of play. Back now at Soldier Field. It's been a good one so far. Just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Two of their 3 red zone trips so far they've come up empty on. They'll look to reverse that trend on 2nd and goal. Wilson. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From a yard out. And the Broncos will add to their 4th quarter lead. So a heck of a drive right there with the game potentially hanging in the balance.
A very good drive, and now conversion to make it a 2-score game and a solid lead.
Wilson going to throw for it. Complete at the 1.
I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation. This time, unsuccessfully. I just wondered maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
Yeah, we saw that one up here, CD. Offensive team, they touched that before it went 10 yards.
Obviously such a fine line, letting it go the required 10 yards, but also getting to it before the hands team can. Just didn't time it out right, and that results in a flag.
They'll start with the option. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A good chunk on the ground, and the keeper 17 yards, first down. Now Fields going to move them around. On 1st and 10, it's Herbert. And he's eaten up at the line of scrimmage. Might have gotten a yard down to the 16.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd down, they go back to Herbert. And he'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 14-yard line.
Taken down at the 14-yard line. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 6.
The Bears on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 6. Here's Fields. Hit as he throws there, incomplete. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yes, let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
4th down, Fields has to have this one. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bears tried it on 4th down, unable to convert. And the Broncos will take over on downs. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Their defense forced the turnover on downs. They've got the lead. They're in good shape, but can't go into a shell here, right? Still got to be careful.
Yeah, because they're still a long way away from kneel down time. So they've got to work on getting first downs, keep the sticks moving, right? Keep the clock going. And above all, ball security. Don't turn it over.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. He'll let this go deep for Sutton. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Trying to get a big strike right there and hopefully tie this game up in the late going. But the coverage was there, and this winds up incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And they work this out past the 25. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18.
They couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, one-score game. 1st and 10 here.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And this will be caught at the 30.
I just love how they're going about trying to finish off this game. This is not an offense where they sail. And that's a huge pickup there with the game in the balance.
To throw again is Wilson. Open man, and again it's Sutton. So it's Bronco football as we get you reset here. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line.
2nd down and 8.
Wilson to throw.
That is intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it up. And the Bears force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
And he whips that one incomplete there. He was unable to complete it there, and just not the game that you would expect from him. He's been off the mark really start to finish.
Yeah, it makes you wonder what exactly is going on. Is he a little bit dinged up here, or is he just off just by a bit? Maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
And now a hook up downfield on 2nd down. Touchdown Bears! DJ Moore, 73 yards. And the Bears have a chance to tie things up as they trail by 2 here in the 4th.
So they got the touchdown they needed to cut this to 2, but now they've got to get back to the huddle. No celebration time. Got to figure out what they're going to do on the 2-point conversion.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. They're going to try and run for it. And he's not going to get there. The defense able to come up with a big stop, and they're going to hold on to their 2-point lead.
Well, after the touchdown, here's the punter Trenton Gill to kick it away.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive.
Well, they can smell victory, partner. They can see it on the horizon, but certainly we're not done yet here. Defense still has 3 timeouts, and obviously this is a very slim lead they're holding on to.
And let's face it, the easiest way to get this done, challenge your ground game. Challenge your offensive line, your tight ends, your receivers. Anyone who's going to lay down a block, don't let there be penetration, because they're going to stack the line of scrimmage and maybe bring extra people to the ball. If you can do that, make them burn their timeouts, run out the clock, life will be good. But if you really want to gamble a little bit and quick play action, quick throw, might be able to get it done. Just make sure it's not incomplete and stop the clock.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Wilson wants to throw it.
And that's going to be caught by Sutton.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Wilson. There's that man again, it's complete.
And he is going to have the Broncos first, and that should be the capper.
Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Here's Wilson. That is intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker. And the Bears are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 7. My, how the tables have turned now. They were trying to salt this one away, but that interception, potentially a game changer.
And I just got to think to myself, at this point of the game, I know you've been aggressive. I know that's your MO, and that's fine. And all those teams that talk about,
well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he passed the 40 before he's out of bounds.
And this is one of those gotta-have-it drives. You can't start much better than that. Big yardage there. And just as important, he's able to get out of bounds. And now, that changes everything.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Oh, Wilson going to throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, 4th quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Oh, he had a man open. He overshot him. It's incomplete.
And in an afternoon where just about everything's going right, there's an unlikely sight there. He's got a receiver all alone downfield, and he just overshoots him.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
Throwing again here, Wilson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. As the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And the Bears will get the football back.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. All eyes on Fields.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield.
Oh, and that's going to sabotage their comeback plans. It is intercepted. Picked off by Pat Surtain. And the Broncos have just about sewn up this football game.
When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
He'll let this go deep for Sutton. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it, and the Bears come up with a late turnover. And it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Like all great games, it came down to the final snap, Charles. They had to heave it and hope, but the Hail Mary ultimately intercepted, and that's your ball game.
Yeah, and you never want to be in a situation where your entire game comes down to throwing a jump ball as far as you can. But in that situation, you want to loft it up and hope one of your guys can win in the air. This time, though, it was a defender who got up there, and that was the end of the ball game. Close one throughout. One team just had a little bit more at the end than the other.
So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Soldier Field.